what are we working with here? Okay, negative cable is this white one. And that goes underneath here. That's the ground. And then positive looks like it goes into this junction box. I don't know what you call it. This here. This is old as hell. So, is that my positive wire right there? Why do things have to be so complicated and difficult? Well, this wasn't as seized as I thought, although kind of, because I cannot get that screw out on this side. I could on the one side, but not this side. So, no idea what I'm looking at here other than a bunch of wires and a complete mess. I'm really trying to figure out if I can just reroute my positive and negative cables to move my batteries. This is looking like a hot mess, and this is looking like I might need some help. Now that I've determined I have no idea what I'm doing there, I'm just going to cover this back up and walk away from it. Electrical can be intimidating, and I don't mind admitting that I have no clue what I'm doing when it comes to electrical. Done. Oh, I gotta crawl under there, don't I?
How do I get myself in these positions? God, I'll never get out of here.
If you don't know, I'm under the couch somehow. I don't know. If I drank like 2 more beer, I just probably wouldn't fit under here. It's tight. Okay, I'm good. Alright, I can do this. Alright. Oh, feels pretty gross under here. Oh, I cannot bend. I can't even bend to see what I'm doing. Oh no. Let's hope that worked. Just gotta slither like a snake. Ah! Okay, you've seen enough. Yeah, that should have drilled a hole through the side. Oh good, it did. So now we know. Now we know that's where we're going to drill our hole. I got a hole cutter. It's definitely bigger than what I need, but I'll just have to use a lot of extra silicone, I guess. See what I mean? It's a little extra big, but we'll slap on the old silicone. Yeah. Not the best looking job, but whatever gets the job done. I'm cutting corners. Speaking of cutting corners. Not the best caster wheels, but they were the smallest and the only ones that were gonna fit with this, so it is what it is. It's cooling off quickly. -5 p.m. 13 degrees in here, trying to get this fire going. I just cleaned the stovepipe and all of that. But this wind chill feels like -20. Yeah, it's quite cold out here. And I don't know what you can see, but I have less than a half of a row of wood left, and it is March 1st. Yep. So I'm thinking on the warm days, just let the fire go out, maybe run the diesel heater, and really just burn wood at night. On the days that don't feel like today, you know, feeling like -20, but I think our days are supposed to warm up here, so. Squirrel's nest is still chilling over there. I'm trying to stay away from it. Don't know if he's been going in it or not. What? Dude, do you know how cold it is out here? Are you alive? I don't know. You've frozen solid to the stump. Oh my gosh, I think he's frozen solid to the stump. Whew. Crispy. Hi, this is day, I'm not sure what, of the project. I've just been trying to work on things here and there when I get the chance, because other things have been coming up, like bad weather and the fridge situation. So if you've been wondering what in the heck I'm doing, well, this big, blue, beautiful beast right here, yeah, that's what. SunGoldPower was kind enough to send me this 200 amp hour lithium battery. I've actually had it since December. I just have not had the chance yet to get everything hooked up to it. So I'm super stoked about that. Finally going lithium. You know, some of you guys in the comments section have been after me and telling me, go lithium, you won't regret it. Well, I'm about to. For 7 years, I have just been using my gel batteries, and they've been outside, as you know, and pretty sure they're getting toward the end of their life, so there is no better time to make the switch than now. Yeah, this thing's actually a lot lighter than you'd think. It's 49 pounds, and I know one of my gel batteries is, I don't know, heavier than 49 pounds. I'm gonna say like 60 to 80, like pretty heavy. So that's what I've been doing. I've been gearing up to try and get this set up in here, because lithium batteries, from what I'm hearing, don't like the cold. You know, most of these trailers, at least the older ones, have a spot right on the tongue for a battery. So your cables are outside. So today, my project is going to be to try and reroute the cables that are coming here on the tongue to the inside of the camper. That way the new lithium gets to stay inside and keep warm, like it wants to do. I'm no electrician, so I'm not sure how this is going to go yet. A little nervous about it. Small space, kind of hard to find a place for something like this. I opted to go for underneath the couch, but you may have seen earlier, that's what, ooh, Ramsey must have been on this. That's what this here is for. I just have this piece of plywood on caster wheels. The battery's going to sit on that, and I'm going to be able to push it back in under the couch, and if I need to do anything with it, obviously I can pull it out here to mess with the connections. Yes, Ramsey, check it out. You might be able to see, maybe, there is some conduit in there. I had a little bit of a worry because underneath the couch has all this metal, and I thought, ooh, the terminals are getting close to this metal and such, and I didn't want some kind of unwanted weld job. So obviously we've got some pretty good terminal covers. That's going to keep all the metal and everything covered up under there, so if somebody real heavy sits on the couch, maybe me after one too many beers, metal is not going under the couch, is not going to come in contact with the terminals or exposed wires or anything like that. Now, these batteries do come with a self-heating function, but I feel like if you were to leave it outside in the cold and it's cold enough, a lot of your power is going to be used for the self-heating function. It just, yeah. I'm hoping to not have to worry about that at all. So we're gonna rig this up so that we can use it indoors, provided I can actually reroute the wiring in here. However, if the self-heating function is something that interests you, it does get activated when the battery's core temperature reaches 1 degree Celsius or 33.8 degrees Fahrenheit. The self-heating feature stops when it reaches 6 degrees Celsius or 42.8 degrees Fahrenheit. So provided all those functions work properly, it is still an option to have in colder temperatures. We've had a few days lately, nights I should say, that have reached negative, I don't know what, cold. So I don't want to mess with any of that. So we are going to keep this battery inside. So here we have the 200 amp hour battery. It is Bluetooth capable as well, waterproof, self-heated option as I've talked about. Sorry about that glare, my goodness. 2,560 watt hour. We got a digital display on here as well. I did go ahead and charge this up with a smart charger, so it should be full. Okay, let's see what we can get done today. I ran some conduit through the trailer here so that I can put the battery cables through it. I'm gonna run it under the trailer here. That's what this little hole is cut for. And I'm hoping to run it out through here. I'll be grounding the negative wire on the tongue of the trailer, just like the other one was. And the positive cable that's going into my battery bank over there runs in here and connects to one of these. I will find it. In theory, my thought is I should be able to ground a new negative wire, run it to the battery, and then if I take out the current positive wire and put in a new positive wire, you know, where the old one is, put a new marret on it, should tie everything in the way it is now, but we won't know until we get there, I guess. The reason I'm doing all this, by the way, is because the cables that are existing outside here right now are way too short to go inside. That's why. So this is the positive wire, and as you can see, it's coming into this right here. So in theory, I should be able to take this marret off, remove that positive cable, put my new positive cable on, put the marret on, you know, tie it into these other cables here. I really hope this works. If this doesn't work and I don't have lights in the camper after this, well, it's gonna suck. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying. Okay, sorry about the lighting. We have the cables fished through that conduit there. And with enough room that, you know, I can pull the battery out, do what I need to do with it, push it back in under there. Yeah. Well, that was fun, but we've got the cables going through here, going underneath the trailer, and the other end coming out here. Now, this is where I'm going to be cutting off the rest of this cable. Now, once I get the positive and negative where I need them to be. And with the leftover length of cable, I'll be running it from the battery to the solar charge controller. Alright, set this over here. The other day, I drilled a new hole in the tongue of the trailer for a new ground. Obviously, I gotta clean this up so that, you know, there's no rust. I want it on some fresh metal, if you know what I mean. So I've got to get that done. Well, look at that. Here's Mr. Caterpillar from the other day, and he is definitely not frozen. I'm assuming it's him. He's on the same stump, and he's moving around quite well right now. Okay, I've got the other side down to the bare metal. That's where I'll be putting my ground. And if you're wondering why I just didn't, you know, take out the old ground and put a new one in, I don't know. This is quite, it's old. I'm just starting with a new one. Ooh. Okay, we've got our ground cable here. I know it doesn't look like, but the other side of the trailer tongue is clean metal. I just ground it down a bit. So next we have positive, but what I'm going to do first is just disconnect everything, all the power to the trailer. We don't want to be getting shocked.
I'm gonna do this just in case, you never know.
Okay, I'm going to disconnect solar first and then the batteries. Solar first. I learned my lesson the hard way, but I learned it. Okay, everything that needs to be is disconnected. Everything's been disconnected under there. So now, the only thing that should be left to do is disconnect the positive cable from the Marette, cut this, tie it in, and hopefully we'll be in business when we hook it all up to the solar charge controller. I don't know. In theory, it should work. In theory. Why do I get myself into these things? Now, let's make certain. This right here is our positive wire. So, should be able to take this cap off, remove this wire, put my new one in theory. I might have to... Oh! Oh no. There's a spider on there. I see. It's all crimped together. That sucks. I might have to cut all these wires. Shoot. So I got the Marette ripped off, but yeah, it looks like they've got this crimped around all of the wire. So I'm probably just gonna have to cut them all down. Do the same thing that they did, I guess, and put a new Marette on. So I've got all the cables I need to tie together. Peeled back the coating. This, and my positive cable. If I can get a collar to put around them and get this Marette on them, I really hope this works. Part of the reason why I was holding off doing this project for so long is because, you know, the weather hasn't been great. But the other reason is that I'm worried it's not going to be a success. Yeah, I'm not overly confident this is going to work, but fingers crossed. What the heck are you mad at now? I had to go in there and get something. Calm down. It's not your house. Okay, the wiring is back to rights. Okay. Have to run the generator because I'm not hooked up. I don't have any lights hooked up right now, so once the generator clicks on, I'll be able to get some lights going in here. That'll be nice. There we go. That's nice. Temporarily forgot that I had shut off all those switches. So, first things first, I'm going to put the battery cables on, and then I'm going to put these on because I've got to cut those to length. Go into the charge controller. That way the battery's connected to that. And I want to do it with enough length that, you know, I can pull this out all the way and it's not going to be short because of the cables. So. Alright, battery is under there. We've got the cables coming up there to go into the solar charge controller to tie everything together. Now this has me the most nervous because, you know, the cables are hooked up to the battery. So in theory, when I shut off the generator, it should just switch to battery. I'm really nervous. I'm scared to shut the generator off because I have a feeling like I'm going to lose all my lights, like something's not set up right or something. I don't know. I'm nervous. Cast your vote. I'm about to shut off the generator. Who thinks the lights are going to stay on? And who thinks they're going to shut off? Here we go. I'm getting ready. You can see the lights. You can see. Oh my god, the lights came back on! Okay, everything's set up right, I guess. Whew, I am not kidding. I was very nervous about that. Okay, I'm happy. I'm so glad that that worked. Okay guys, so I'm just so happy that we have lights. We're officially hooked up to the lithium battery. And now I just have to hook up the solar charge controller, but first, it was a really warm day. Temperature is dropping and it's getting kind of cool in here. So I need to get a fire going and then I will hook that up. Hey, Bubba. Like the fire? .3 volts on the battery. We're officially hooked up to lithium. Officially done. All hooked up. Got the solar hooked back up. Got the batteries connected to the solar charge controller. So tomorrow I'll have to check and make sure everything's working as it should. But this one was a success. Battery is under the coach, nice and warm. It's inside. And I even have some leftover battery cables from the project. I am sure I will find use for those at some point in the future. Anyway, another project done. This one was a long time coming. Honestly, I don't say this often, but I'm actually proud of myself for this one because I was afraid to tackle this one. Electrical and plumbing, not my strong suit. But living this lifestyle has definitely taught me that if I need something done, I just have to tackle it head on, whether I want to or not, whether I'm afraid to or not. The biggest fear was definitely snipping those cables off at the Marette. I wasn't sure what was going to happen after that, but it turned out okay. We have light, even though it probably doesn't look like it to you. It looks dark in here, I know. Yeah. We have light. Special thanks to SunGoldPower for sending me out that 200 amp hour lithium battery. Super excited to be part of the lithium battery community now. I'm a newbie, it's my first time. I will link their website in the video description below. Feel free to check out any of their products if you would like. They have batteries, they have inverters, they have inverter chargers, all kinds of stuff on there. Thank you for joining me on this project that I was very scared to initiate and complete, but it turned out to be a success, so that is good. I will keep you guys updated on how things go with the new lithium battery, and with that being said, I hope you're all doing well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Ramsey? Oh, okay. Phew. We have lights, Ramsey. Are you excited? Do you care? Are you happy? We have lights and a lithium battery now. Yep. He's excited. He's just sleepy. Check this out. It's the next day after installing the new lithium battery. Last night they were around 13.2, I think. And it's not a very sunny day. In fact, it's raining, and they're at 13.7, 2.2 amps coming in. Ugh, the door. See what I mean with the rainy day? There's definitely no solar coming in on this here. I just checked. But I got solar coming in on my panel to my lithium battery. I don't know. I mean, it's bright, but load it full of clouds, so it's weird. Cool.